Hey folks from Cars&Bids, this is my 1995 Lexus SC400 and I'm going to do a quick walk around video for you. So I've had the car about, 2 months now. Bought it in Billings, Montana with the explicit intent of road tripping it home. So went out there, bought it, buddy and I flew out there and spent about a week and a half driving back to Atlanta. Since that time, since those about 2,400 miles, I've replaced the rear struts, replaced the tires, replaced the rear brakes, and just in general refreshed it. You can read the details about that in the ad, but I'll do a walk around to demonstrate the imperfections and what functions do and don't work, the few functions that don't work as well. So we'll start with the front bumper. There's the chip mentioned. The previous owner said he had it in the shop, and the text there nicked the bumper, and they repaired it with color matching paint. It does the job, I guess, but you could definitely argue it doesn't match. But it does the job from making the chip spread any further. The chip expanded about this width of my fingertips. You can see the texture in the paint where it disappeared. Other than that, on the front bumper, just general rock chips you'd expect from a car of this age. You can see them there. That's the building reflection in the background, but rock chips. Not a whole lot on this side. Headlights are in pretty good shape. And the hood. There is a dent on this crease. See if I can demonstrate it there. Very hard to see. None of the wheels have curb rash, and again, like I said, new tires on all four. Goodyear Assurance. I did drive it in the rain last night, and the surface today is a bit wet, so if you see any watermarks in the car, it's from that, but I did detail it right prior to the pictures you've seen. Some of the clear coat is missing on both mirrors. This one is not as bad as the other. I'll get around to that in a little bit. But it's just on the casing, so if you want to remove the casing and paint this separately from the rest of the car, that's excuse me, that's an option. See if I can show you the dings on the door. There's one. And those are very hard to see. Moving on to the quarter panel. It takes a pretty discerning eye to notice most of these. Driver's side quarter, paint scuffs, and antenna. This antenna, the motor functions, but it isn't geared to the antenna itself, so it doesn't raise up and down, but when you turn the radio on, you do hear movement here. I plan on disconnecting that motor from this antenna to prevent any further damage. Rear deck lid. Rear bumper. Bit of spider webbing. Not major. Taillights are both in really good shape. Other than that, nothing to mention on the rear bumper. Rear quarter panel's in good shape as well. No dings on the rear quarter, and again, this wheel doesn't have any curb rash. Again, trying to demonstrate any dings if there are any. This is probably the most major one in the car here. Passenger door. For scale, there's my finger. It's been color matched where the actual incident occurred. And here's the clear coat failure on the passenger side mirror. For scale, there's my finger. And on the A-pillar trim. Windshield's in good shape. It's the original, as far as I can tell. It has the original Toyota branding on it. And there's a chip here if you can see it. Nothing to mention on the roof. Okay, so wireless unlocking does work. You can hear the confirmation tone. I've got 2 key fobs, both function, and I do have a master key as well that's, I guess you could call it a valet key. Driver door, matching VIN sticker. Common issue where you rest your elbow. You know, if you're resting your elbow leisurely when driving, this trim here cracks. It's not cracked on the passenger side, but this one is. Power mirrors do not function. Evidently, according to Club Lexus forum, it's the ECU that goes bad. I have not confirmed that to be true or false. And for whatever reason, the mesh on this speaker is missing. Other than that, seat's in very good shape. Bolster is not, doesn't seem to show any signs of weakening. You can see it shows signs of wear, but it's not collapsing. Power tilting steering wheel. If I put the key in, there you go, see it moving. And turn the gauge cluster on. You might notice it's a little more dim between 60 and 80. I believe that bulb is more dim than the rest, but I haven't noticed others being more dim. There's your radio. Turn the sound off. You've seen in the ad the issue, the door speakers and the parcel shelf speakers don't function, but the tweeters and the sub do. Here is our HVAC screen. Bulb in the middle is dimmer than the rest. This is aftermarket 10 audio electronics screen I replaced. It's a common issue for the LCDs and these to go bad, and I replaced it. Black screen as opposed to the OEM color because that's what was available at the time. Bit of wear on the shifter. But otherwise, everything else functions in this area. Cruise control works. There's your roof shot, ceiling shot, sunroof. Functions as you might expect. And seals, no leaks, nothing to mention there. All the seats power seats function fine. Our cellular or Lexus portable phone does work. Well, it has power, obviously no service anymore, considering it's been 25 years since that technology was offered. But other than that, there are no issues with the electronics in the car, besides the speakers and the door mirrors. Small crack in the HVAC surround here, and on this side, and the handle latch trim. Other than that, everything functions fine. I will open the trunk quickly. I have some things stored in the back at the moment. Just want to demonstrate how the trunk itself holds itself up. I replaced the struts. Oh, one other thing to mention, the power mirror connected to the radio, antenna, doesn't function. The motor itself works, but the gearing attached to the antenna isn't engaged. So I've gone ahead and unplugged that so we don't cause any more damage. Other than that, I have a warm and cold start video following this one if you want to check those out. Great car, and best of luck to everybody. Thank you.